Welcome to another episode of Superkick Podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Hope you guys had a good week. Seems like there was a lot of exciting different news and events going on around pro wrestling world or whatnot. Different appearances pops up. People having their final match in anticipation for maybe a surprise Royal Rumble appearance or whatnot. But yeah, man, let's get into it and see what we have from last week from Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Let's go. I think one of the biggest stories of the week was Tony Khan, and it seems like the USA Network was going back and forth, but Tony Khan ended up dissing Jinder Mahal, but brought him into it on Twitter or whatnot, and Tony Khan was kind of criticizing Jinder Mahal and his title shot, saying he hasn't won a match in like a whole year, and pretty much he was a nobody and kind of like pointless to be facing the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. Jinder Mahal responded back to that, but it seems like Tony Khan, he wants all the smoke with WWE, and I think he's prepared for it. You know, I don't really talk much about AEW or really watch AEW. Not that I don't like it, I just don't have the time to. But when I do tune in, they are putting on a phenomenal show over there, and so I think it'd be best for wrestling fans in general for them to go hit the hit or whatnot. And I hope to see more of this kind of like back and forth between the two companies, even more companies or whatever in the future. I think it can only be up for that for us. Better entertainment. It kind of brings you back to the Monday Night Raws when it was WWE and WWF versus WCW back then, and doing the Attitude Era or whatnot. But anyway, so Jinder Mahal, he's back. He had his little promo segment with The Rock, and I guess that helped put him back into the spotlight. And yeah, we know he's not going to win against Seth Rollins coming up Monday. But the fact that, he used his time wisely on TV, and look where he's at right now. It's all about, capitalizing the time that you got and using it wisely. And if you get a pop when you get out there, take advantage of it, and that's what they're doing right now with Jinder Mahal. And it seemed like he built up a little more hype for him just by going back and forth or even going back at Tony Khan recently. So it's not a matchup that I don't think most of us are looking forward to see. But Jinder Mahal, he's no scrub. He's good. He's a good performer, good superstar. So it still will be a good match, and it's good to see different superstars getting time. We're not getting the same matches, over and over, week after week or whatnot. So it's good to switch people out and see what we get. So yeah, I'm picking Seth Rollins. I do my predictions again tomorrow or later on today, which it just dropped today, Monday or whatever. But yeah, it's good to see that. So I mean, I doubt that anyone thinks that Jinder Mahal is going to win. But if you think so, let me know. Post in the comments below what you guys think or whatever. With a couple weeks out into the Royal Rumble, it's just like storylines are starting to kind of pick up, and we're trying to get a little sprinkle of different matchups, probably for the possible future, heading to WrestleMania or whatnot. One person that I'm kind of interested in seeing where his path is going to go is going to be Drew McIntyre. He just recently lost against Seth Rollins for the championship, and he's entering the Royal Rumble or whatnot. But he's been name dropping CM Punk a lot recently. And then also towards the end of this match, Damian Priest tried to cash in the Money in the Bank contract on him during the match or whatnot. So you got that kind of tiff between Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest / Judgment Day. But also it's also still been building up tension between Damian Priest and Rhea and the Judgment Day in general that way. But I'm kind of interested to see what's in store for Drew McIntyre. And where his path is going to lead him. I'm sure he's going to be on the WrestleMania card because he's just that type of guy. I couldn't imagine a WrestleMania without him. Now, especially after last year WrestleMania with the triple threat in the Continental Championship match with him, Gunther, and Sheamus, because that was phenomenal. So he needs to be on the WrestleMania card. I just don't know what's in store for him. It might be something. Maybe I can see him versus Damian Priest at WrestleMania for something, him maybe defeating Damian Priest, or they might put the Money in the Bank contract on the line, which could be dope, and he could still end up cashing in later on that night, So it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen with Drew McIntyre. If you guys got any thoughts or anything about that, let me know. You know what you think is in store for Drew coming up on the road to WrestleMania and whatnot. And now I'm gonna get into the super kick of the week and see who the superstar had the best super kicks of the week. Actually, this week I had a couple people because they got kind of crazy this week over on Monday Night Raw, especially Raw. Wasn't too many people that stood out to me on SmackDown, so mainly just Raw. But I'm gonna go through them. CM Punk had some low Jordan ones, some red and white ones to Chicago from 2016. Johnny Gargano, he had the Cross the Spider-Verse Jordan ones, which I wanted to get those, but I don't know. I just kind of slapped on them. I should have got them because I got the ones from the first movie. But yeah, that was still kind of dope to see that. And he has worn them a couple times before, which is dope. They always kind of match along with what his ring attire is and whatnot. Rhea, she has some purple dunks, purple and black high top dunks, which were nice and cool. I think she always leans on those. Usually, especially like say they always kind of rock with the colors of what they got going on. So those purple and black definitely go with the Judgment Day colors. It's a good fit for her. Finn usually has some custom Jordan ones. I know they had like the X on the back heel part of it, kind of the shoe. White, mainly white. I like those two. Also had Damian Priest out there with some Jordan 12, the Kurt purple. Also, R-Truth, speaking of Judgment Day, he also had some Jordan 13s on. Actually, I got those. But I think if I had to pick the super kick of the week, I'm thinking I'm going with CM Punk. Yeah, the 2016 Jordan 1s, the Chicago style colorway. It was surprising because I remember when he first came back to wrestling in AEW, he popped out there with some Jordans on too as well. So the fact that he had some on again, like real nice. They didn't see that and said it was low tops, and low tops are a pretty good Jordan comfortable shoe. You know, I rock with those. I guess my all white ones. I think I had wanted to get at the time I wasn't about the lows, but later on I kind of drew appreciation for those. So yeah, CM Punk, 2016 Jordan 1 Chicago colorway, super kick of the week for CM Punk. And finally, the WWE finally came out with a Judgment Day R-Truth shirt, which is pretty cool. It's like the regular shirt that has the last names of everyone, and then it has R-Truth at the bottom of it. And so it's funny to see that because that was something he had came out and made up of his own. And the fact that WWE is trying to capitalize on that is great. It's smart. Because I was just wondering, like, man, they should make that shirt that R-Truth had on. And soon after that, once I was thinking that, I looked it online. I saw somewhere online how he had the #1 selling merchandise shirt. And he just beat out CM Punk. And that's I went to WWE shop and I saw it. And I was like, oh, so I had to order it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool shirt. I mean, not really different than, like I said, the other Judgment Day shirt. But he has that one. And then he has also the other shirt with all their faces on it. And the circle that says live, laugh, and love. Which is funny in itself. But what do you guys think of just about this whole R-Truth Judgment Day thing? I'm not really for it. Yes, it is very entertaining, I must say. But when I think about the Judgment Day, sometimes I just want a group to be completely serious and with no like comic relief, because they already kind of had that comic relief when they were trying to initiate JD McDonough in the group, and the tension they had between Damian Priest and JD. You know, so that was funny, that was comical. But I think with R-Truth, for me, it's a little like too much. And it kind of takes away from what the Judgment Day was supposed to be and how dominant and like serious group and like threatening it's supposed to be. It's hard to see them as the threatening faction when you have R-Truth doing these like amazing like set making, like the promo, like this little thing they had, you know, and they had like the little baby pictures of them. And then when he was like, "Oh, when I was born, I told the doctor held him in his arms." He said, "One day I'm gonna be in Judgment Day." So I mean, all that is really entertaining. Anytime R-Truth is on TV is entertaining. It's always hilarious. And then he's also just great in-ring competitor in general. So, but I know I just don't think that I like to see. I just don't want that comic relief. So maybe using R-Truth could put some more heat on Judgment Day and make them more of a heel faction in WWE. Maybe we might see the Damian Priest finally, actually take out R-Truth or whatnot and get some more boos or whatnot coming on. Because I want to see these factions be as dominant as they possibly can, and I just don't see that if they're like a joke in a sense. So. Because even with that, even when we think about fans starting to kind of like the Judgment Day, with at least different characters, people still boo Dominic and JD, and even I give a fan in Damien, but there still is some type of appreciation. But when it comes to even say Rhea, it's hard to boo Rhea, because she's phenomenal in the ring, on the microphone. She looks great, everything about her. So she gets no boos. We want to see her. So even as a heel, she's supposed to be a heel, but she can't be a heel if people are cheering for her. So I think at this point, she is too over with the crowd, with the people, with the WWE universe to even kind of see her as a heel. I think they had her and Nia Jackson had like a little face off or whatnot, and Nia, she's getting the boost. She's in this scenario, she's the heel, and Rhea is the face, but then you have a face that's in a heel faction, and so it's like that kind of dynamic is weird. It was different, I'm kind of just used to all members of a said faction being heels or faces. When you have one particular person in there that's kind of surpassing the faction, then you get that dynamic where now we're gonna tension and possibly break up the faction or whatnot. I don't know what WWE needs to do to put some more heat on Rhea Ripley, or if they even want to do so. Because I mean, she's just too over. I know even her merchandise does well too. On top of that, but what do you guys think? Is Rhea too over to even be a heel anymore? Would you prefer her just be a straight face, or them to try to find some way to make her a heel? And what do you guys think is the future of Judgment Day on this road to WrestleMania coming up? And still sticking with the Judgment Day topics, last week we had Finn Balor versus Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso won, and so I was thinking that maybe at the Royal Rumble we might get Damian and Finn versus Tommaso and Johnny Gargano for the tag team championships. But now we get next week Awesome Truth or whatnot versus Finn and Priest, and I'm wondering where this all kind of falls in line. I think that we might even see Gargano or Tommaso interfere in a way, and now you might have Awesome Truth win, and now you got these two teams that have beaten Finn and Priest, or individually or even together, and maybe we should get a three-way tag team championship triple threat match at the Royal Rumble. I think that would be nice, or find another team to put it into that, a four-way match. But I was kind of predicting and trying to see this possible Awesome Truth reuniting together and taking on the Judgment Day for the tag team championships. I think that's probably the best way to go, but I wouldn't mind seeing DIY, Finn Balor and Damian Priest and Awesome Truth going against each other at Royal Rumble. What do you guys think? Do you want to see a triple threat? Would you rather just see Awesome Truth versus the Judgment Day, or what? And who would you prefer to be the outcome, the winner for that? I know before a couple weeks ago they had a Bronson Reed versus Ivar match, and I thought that was phenomenal. So then last week they had Otis versus Ivar, and that was great too. You know what? I'm on this thing with these triple threat matches, man. Give me Otis versus Bronson Reed versus Ivar. I think that would be phenomenal. these big guys are just athletic, and it just kind of leaves you amazed that they're so big in size, and these heavyweight guys can move around like that, and moonsaults and catching each other like that is crazy, and it's real entertaining, to see them do what they're able to do in the ring, and you're just not used to seeing guys like that do the things they're able to do like that. Yeah, I'm always used to like people like Ricochet doing moonsaults and flips and things of that nature. But then to see, like I say, Ivar move around like that, Bronson Reed getting on the top rope, hitting the tsunami, it's just really entertaining. I want a Bronson versus Otis versus Ivar match. I don't know what, but just for the sake of it. It doesn't have to even be for anything, but just for the sake of just good wrestling and good entertainment, I need that soon, hopefully. What did you guys think of the Ivar and Otis match from last week? Did you guys like it? Did you guys enjoy matches like that? I think overall it is a good match, regardless of what you like or what you don't like in wrestling. It was a solid match that I can't complain. Like I say, I want to see more of it. What do you guys think? Another standout match for me for Monday Night Raw was Kofi Kingston versus Ludwig Kaiser. It was a great match. It was good to see Kofi in the middle of the match. You saw like that intensity, like switch hit, and like he got angry out there, and so it was good to see that, because I feel like I haven't seen that in Kofi like that since that time he was fighting, had the rivalry against Randy Orton like a long time ago. But Ludwig kind of like took him out of action, injuring him or whatnot. But I wish that wasn't so. I wish we could get more matches between Kofi and Ludwig Kaiser. They need to run that back. Maybe we might be getting a set for Kofi versus Gunther soon. Maybe at the Royal Rumble, depending on what angle they're trying to go with this Kofi injury or whatnot, if it's legit or something like that, or at Elimination Chamber, something. But I think I want to see. I think that's going to lead to Kofi versus Gunther coming up pretty soon. If they keep along these lines or whatever. But yeah, definitely run back that Kofi and Ludwig Kaiser match again. I need one of those two in my life. I know I got a topic written down here about CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. Trying to get my thoughts about what that path of WrestleMania is going to be. But I think I'm going to say that to like next week or something like that, closer to the Rumble. To try to get my ideas and my opinions on what should happen, what I think is going to happen. So now we're just going to get into SmackDown and see what stuff that happened over there. I think we're starting to see that the crumbling of Damage Control. They kind of been hitting it for a while. I still think that Bayley wants to win the Royal Rumble, which I doubt that she's going to win or whatever. But if she was to win, I know for a fact that she's probably going to end up challenging Io Sky. That's what it seems like we're leading to that way. And I don't know why they would want to break up Damage Control and start to kind of build this tension between them. I think give me dominant factions, and they're a dominant. They're all a female faction, which we rarely haven't really seen in WWE in like a while. And let them just be solid. Let them dominate. Let them be maybe what Judgment Day is to Raw over there, and what the Bloodline used to be. With all the championships. I mean, we look at it in. No, they don't have the tag team championship. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they need the tag team championships and one other championship to be, the most dominant faction over there on SmackDown. But it's this whole thing where it seems like they're pushing out Bayley, and if they're pushing out Bayley, will that make Bayley become a face rather than a heel? And I don't know if I like this version. This look of Bayley is a heel look to me, and I kind of prefer this look and style of Bayley as a heel versus a face. The whole role model like gimmick or whatever. It's solid, but I don't want Bayley as a face. I don't think I think she thrives better as a heel. It was interesting, just like at the Miz. Miz is cool. I think Miz can do everything. Like I said before, but I think Miz best lane is as a heel, and I feel like the same as Bailey. It's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen in the Royal Rumble. I'm waiting for Dakota Kai to come back. When she's cleared and ready to wrestle, then I think this real storyline with Damage Control is really gonna take forward, and we're gonna see the bigger picture here and what's gonna happen with them coming up soon. What do you guys think is gonna happen with Damage Control in the future? Do you guys want them to stay together? Do you want them to break up? Do you want them to push Bailey out? Do you still want Bailey to be the leader? What do you think? Let me know. And speaking of factions and different groups or whatnot, we got a name for Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain. They're called the Final Testament, which is a pretty decent name, you know, solid. And I like it, but what I don't like is the fact that Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits do not have a name. They don't have music. They don't have rhythm or anything in sync together. They've been paired together for I want to say a couple months now, even before Crown Jewel, which is in like November. And so when they came out after being beat down by the Final Testament, they came out last Friday to the drums, and then it just instantly like just switched. Like they didn't fade into the Bobby Lashley's music or nothing. It was just like instant like cut and switch, and it's like, yo, like where is them just being in sync together overall? Like I feel bad for them. Like, man, I feel like they deserve better, and they're not getting the proper treatment that they deserve if they're going to be a faction or whatnot. It just seems like, once again, like WWE has no idea of what they want to do with these guys. There was a rumor about them being called the Pride, which was like, yo, like what? And then I had seen like I think Montez Ford had posted a picture on his IG of like 3 lines together, which would have went along with the whole like Pride name or whatever. But then it seems like they might have put a pin in that because they didn't call them that Friday. They didn't call them anything. They just called them Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits again. And then, you know, they stayed in the ring and they ready to fight. And then Paul Ingram comes out and points to the screen or whatnot. And then they go into this whole like package for the Final Testament. And it was dope. And it was like flashbacks and it was all these things. And it was like, yo, y'all just got who put this together so quickly? You know, they had money behind them. And it's like, yo, like, I just don't think that's right. Give Bobby and the Street Profits the same attention as you guys are giving to the Final Testament, you know, so it can like it's even. Right now, it definitely like the Final Testament is gonna just dominate Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, you know, and that kind of like sucks. I don't know what the WWE is looking to do with them, but it's I don't know. It's just kind of sad to see they all 3 of them are good superstars, you know, and good in-ring competitors. I think I've seen some people be posting different names, what they should call them in street business. Probably makes the most sense. Street Profits, and then Bobby Lashley used to be in the Hurt Business, you know. But I think they also need to have MVP back as the voice for them to help them get through different promos and segments or whatnot. I think that's probably one of the missing pieces is someone who can get on the microphone and steer them into a proper direction and be entertaining for the fans or whatnot. That's the piece they got, because otherwise than that, they got all the ability, in-ring ability. It's just that on the microphone. But if you guys had to choose a name for Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, what would it be? And what are you guys' thoughts on the Final Testament? It's just another, like I said, year of the stables of factions for WWE. It seems like that's what we're going in 2024 is that. I'm here for it. You know, I'm all with it. What do you guys think, though? I think this year will be the year the Bloodline gets back to business. After WrestleMania last year and with SummerSlam, the Bloodline kind of like slowed down as far as like the storyline or whatnot, and other things were going on. Roman wasn't really there, and it was kind of just left up to like Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman to kind of like just carry on the storyline, but without really major pieces in anything. Even at Survivor Series, there was no appearance. They was even on the show before. It was SmackDown before, So that was like weird for me to see. So now as we gear up for the Rumble, we got Roman in the Rumble, and then after that, it's the road to WrestleMania. So it's going to be interesting to see what's in store for the Bloodline. With so much speculation, what's going to happen in WrestleMania. With the mention of The Rock, and The Rock is popping back, and he mentioned Roman Reigns or whatnot. You got Cody still trying to finish this story. Like the Bloodline is going to be a big thing coming up. And it's also interesting to see how Nick Aldis is going to play a part in all of this. I look forward to Nick Aldis versus Roman Reigns, some type of altercation, face to face in the near future in the ring. I can really see that happening. Nick Aldis is like he wants beef. He's not gonna back down from Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. Standing toe to toe with them, being that authoritative figure that's needed on SmackDown or whatnot. And Roman in the Bloodline haven't had that. It's pretty much been whatever the Bloodline says happens. And it was cool to kind of see them hijack the show in a way last Friday. But Nick Aldis had an answer for that, even afterwards. And so, at the end of the show, to see the Bloodline be decimated like that by AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and LA Knight, which we haven't seen that happen. I don't remember the last time I seen that happen, really. And so, it was like, this is all due to Nick Aldis. And so, Friday, I don't know if Roman's going to be there or not, but I feel like he probably will be there, especially with the Rumble coming up. That we're gonna see something transpire between the two of them, Nick Aldis and Roman Reigns, and it's gonna be time for the Bloodline to get their payback. Just on how things been going, and as we amp up and get ready for WrestleMania, I think we're gonna start seeing more and more Bloodline story, and more Roman Reigns, but also more Nick Aldis. I think this would be the year, I would like it to be the year that we see more Roman Reigns out there. Whether it's matches or appearances in general. But I think he might have a pretty busy year if it's up to Nick Aldis. I know they saw that, I seen something where he wasn't scheduled for Elimination Chamber, which was like, alright, so does that mean there is no Rock versus Roman at the Elimination Chamber? It's like saving the Rock versus Roman for WrestleMania, or after that, if there's no Rock versus Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber, then I'm happy because I bought tickets for WrestleMania, and that's the match that I want to see at WrestleMania, Rock versus Roman. But yeah, we don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if which would be something cool to build up that whole Nick Aldis versus Roman Reigns like tension even more, if Nick Aldis put Roman Reigns in the Elimination Chamber. Just like he put him into this 4-way match at Royal Rumble. Whereas we're still getting the Roman Reigns in matches this year, but he still wouldn't have to do as much as he would have to do in a single competitive, one-on-one match or whatever. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting with coming up. I don't know, man. It's good. I guess I'm getting excited for the Rumble and WrestleMania. At least since I'm just doing this, it's interesting to see, and it's like what's gonna happen weekly. I look forward to seeing what's gonna happen, and then coming here and trying to talk to you guys about it. And like I said, I appreciate everyone that tunes in and watches, and likes and subscribes or whatnot. People that watch my shorts and subscribes, people that comment and interact with me. It's always great. I'm thinking about doing it. You know what? I'm not thinking about doing it. I am going to do a contest for a gift card. Once I get to you guys like and subscribe, help me get up to, I think I'm like 300 away from like 500 subscribers right now. And I think once I get to like 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a contest to get a gift card so you can get some WWE merch. I don't know what the the price gonna be, the amount of the gift card is gonna be. But I'm definitely gonna do something. It's gonna be like over like $10 though. It's gonna be enough to get something to cover something, worth something, getting something. So definitely, yeah. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, comment, tune in weekly or whatnot. Pass the word. You know, help me get to that benchmark for me. But yeah, man, we got Raw coming up this week and SmackDown coming up this week. Hope you guys are looking forward to it. Until next week. Say what's up to the dog. I got this out this week. Yeah, man. Until next time. Adios.
Sorry, I don't know that.